According to the USDA, food insecurity is defined as the lack of access, at times, to adequately nutritious foods to support an active, healthy life. This map shows county-level estimates of food insecurity rates in New York State according to the Map the Meal Gap study by Feeding America. In 2020, there were an estimated 1.8 million food insecure people in New York State, nearly 600,000 of whom were children. The same year, the annual budget shortfall in New York State, the amount of capital needed to overcome food insecurity, exceeded $1 billion. The significant budget shortfall presents a unique opportunity for public-private partnerships to fill this deficit while fostering more sustainable food systems and green jobs. Our sustainable and equitable food systems research is part of a larger collaboration between NYU Stern, Tandon, and Cornell University, FoodMap New York. Funded by the Mother Cabrini Foundation, FoodMap New York has the objective of developing a white paper and proposing strategies for novel pilot programs of market-based solutions to food insecurity in New York State. In our research, we first outlined our understanding of barriers to sustainable and resilient food systems in New York State. This required us to understand measures, trends, drivers, and characteristics of food security and to identify potential sites of intervention. For instance, this image is intended to demonstrate the difference in the food insecurity landscape if food insecure population is considered instead of rate. It shows how food insecurity in terms of population is concentrated in counties with major urban areas. We analyzed the impact of geographic level on characteristics associated with food insecurity and conducted case studies of Buffalo and Amsterdam in order to understand differences across major cities and towns. Our analysis revealed how many characteristics associated with food insecurity intersect, particularly with respect to BIPOC communities. Second, we proposed a typology of existing market-based interventions to address food system issues. Interventions were categorized by barrier to food security, either poverty and affordability or access, and by their strategy to overcome said barrier. For each strategy, we developed a list of stakeholders, gray literature, and organizational reports. Following, we intend to conduct a literature review and interviews with key stakeholders to evaluate these strategies. Finally, we will use this information to develop pilot programs that improve food environments and employment associated with food systems. For example, this image demonstrates how community-shared agriculture, one of our proposed strategies, can enable socially and economically sustainable partnerships between farmers and community stakeholders. In these CSA programs, consumers pay an upfront cost before a growing season for regular deliveries of fresh produce throughout the harvest months. Such partnerships can provide small farms with economic support when they are incurring the majority of their costs and improve food environments for consumers. Upon completion, these pilot projects can undergird future work in food security for governments, universities, their community partners, and the private sector. Currently, we are in the second phase of research. This project is still ongoing and slated to continue for 2 years.